friends, and welcome back to Movies, Munchies, and Moscato. I am Rhonda.
And I am Rochelle.
And we are just a couple of friends who love movies, television, and wine. So if that is something that interests you, please stick around. Now it's time for movie news, reviews, and pop culture discussion. So on TNT, Animal Kingdom is set to end with season 6. Now this is actually a show that I had wanted to watch and I never got started, so I think I'll just wait till it ends and then I might go back and watch it. For those who've heard about it, it has Ellen Barkin. She is this mom who basically runs like a theft ring full of men. Like she has her sons in there, she has her son's friend, she has her grandson in there, and so...
So it has nothing to do with animals?
Nope.
Oh. Okay.
Right. It's based off a movie that came out a few years before the show started. And so it just looked really interesting. I do like her as an actress. So, yeah, once that ends, I'll probably go back and do a binge watch probably of that because it does look pretty good.
Wow.
Also, Chris Evans, Mr. Captain... Captain America. Let's call him Captain something else. Captain America is in talks to return to the Marvel Universe. He wouldn't be doing another Captain America movie. I guess they'd like to put him in just other movies, kind of like how Robert Downey Jr. was like in Spider-Man.
Oh,
as
yeah.
himself, so they're looking to do that with him. So that will be cool because we do like Chris Evans.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Also, Brendan Fraser. We haven't seen Brendan Fraser in anything in a long time, but he is set to play a 600-pound man in an adaptation of the play The Whale. So I haven't heard of this play. It just, which doesn't matter. It just sounds interesting, and plus we like Brendan Fraser.
Yes, especially as a 600-pound man.
Right? That will be interesting prosthetics they're going to do to him. I bet it will be, I don't know, I was trying to picture it actually, and I'm like...
No, I can't, but that's okay. But, well, I don't know.
But anyway, he hasn't been around a while, so it's great that he's going to do something
good.
again. I bet it'll be really good. Also, in interesting news, so next March, not even next March, it's in 2023, Wonka, which is an original prequel to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, is going to hit theaters. So this is supposed to be an origin story telling how Willy Wonka came to be, basically, why he ended up being so important and came into the chocolate world.
I wonder if it's going to be as weird as Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Right? It hasn't said who the producers or even who the director is. If it's still Tim Burton, then yes.
Oh, yes.
If it's not, then probably not, because it's always kind of the director's and producer's vision. So if it's not him, I don't see it being the same type of... But that was his version. If you think back to the original version from, that had Gene Wilder, it was weird, but it wasn't like...
No, it wasn't.
Johnny Depp weird.
No.
If they kind of go more in that direction, I think it will be...
Yeah.
Interesting to see. But then again, who are they going to get to play? Oh my gosh, who can play the young Willy Wonka?
Oh, how about my favorite, the one who was in Defending Jacob?
Oh! Right, that kid actor.
Yeah, probably
his
not.
name.
I'm going to go no on that.
I wonder if we'll go back that far. If we'll just start from when he's like in his 20s and then maybe get started. I don't know. So it's still a whiles off. So 2023 is still, tears away. So I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, because you have to look at Charlie. Well, yeah, I don't know. Okay.
It would, but yeah, I think probably maybe start from the childhood, because if it's, just maybe because childhood he probably was into those things, and as he grew up, he was like, no, I'm going to make something of this. That would be interesting. So
this is true.
Also, so Stranger Things season 4.
Woohoo!
They originally started filming it in March, and then COVID shut it down, and they just started back up in September for season 4. But expected to come out this fall. It has been confirmed that Hopper is still alive. So that's good news.
Yes.
He will be facing supernatural and real dangers out there in Russia.
Of course, that was a little odd, I thought, but...
I just can't wait to see how that's explained. It's like she closed the gate, and then we just assumed he was incinerated, but then we saw that, nope. Oh, sorry, spoiler alert for those who haven't seen it yet. I'm sorry about that.
Hey.
And so we assumed he had been dead, but then the end credits, or said mid-credits scene, I guess, didn't show him. It just said that, don't feed the American to the Demogorgon, or however you say that something. Is it Demogorgon? Demogorgon?
Demogorgon.
Demogorgon. Okay, yes. They were
Yeah.
saying don't feed the Americans, so we just assumed it was probably him, and now we know it was.
Oh yeah,
That's who they were
I
talking
wasn't
about.
buying
Don't
it.
feed him.
I wasn't buying it. I knew he was alive.
So that must mean maybe there was some portal maybe that opened up when
Yeah.
she shut the gate instead.
Yep, that's what I'm thinking. That's
Yeah.
exactly what I'm thinking.
And somehow he ends up in freaking Russia.
Exactly, because we have portals to Russia, maybe black holes to Russia. We don't
Right?
know.
Oh my gosh! So I'm excited for this. It'll be
That's gonna be so fun. I love that one.
I do. Although you weren't a fan of the last season.
You're
too
right.
much,
I
but-
wasn't. It was fun to see the mall in the 80s.
Right. That's true.
You know, it's so funny because I forgot that malls were their heyday. Were
Right?
the 80s
Mhm. Yep.
before they started building malls everywhere. But yeah, their heyday were the 80s.
Mhm.
80s. You know, the 80s were a great decade. I have to go with
So
that.
many things, right?
Mhm.
So, some movie and TV shows out this week. We have No Man's Land with Jake Allen and Frank Grillo. So this is a modern western, and it's about a father-son border patrol team. The son accidentally kills somebody, and the father tries to take responsibility, but they end up on the run to Mexico. It actually looks pretty good, and I do like Frank Grillo. He's the actor from the show Kingdom.
Oh,
On Netflix.
yes, that's right.
And the Purge movies. So that's going to be video on demand. So I'll probably check that out. Even though I don't usually like westerns, but I may just check that out.
Yeah, that one looks like it's probably a different kind of Western I'm going to go with.
Right, exactly. Also, this movie called Our Friend stars Dakota Johnson and Casey Affleck.
Oh.
It's about a couple who receives life-changing, life-altering news and the sacrifice their friend makes to help them by moving in just to assist them. So, it's very good. They've kept it secretive what exactly the life-altering news is. Maybe one of them's sick, I don't know, and maybe he stays with them to help him out. I don't know. I'm sure it's a tearjerker.
Oh, no.
So
Well,
I don't know about that. That's in theaters only when it gets released
all right,
this week.
you
so.
go in one theater and I'll go in another. Don't need to be crying.
Right. I hate crying. Yeah. I don't know about watching that. If I do watch it, it's going to be a while. It won't be like first thing. That's for sure. But some things I have been watching this week. So I finally got started on the morning show on Apple TV.
Yay!
I was late to the party on that, but now that I have Apple Plus, I've finally watched it. So I've gotten through the first 4 episodes, and I am really enjoying it so far.
I'm so glad to hear that because
So-
we have talked till we're blue in the face to get you to start that. Actually, to get Apple Plus.
Right. And then to watch that
Yes.
show. Right.
But doesn't it remind you of Matt Lauer's story a bit?
It really does, yeah. It does.
The whole, you
Yeah.
know.
Especially when
Today?
they were showing the dressing room and then the button that closes the door is like, oh. Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
hearing about that about his room, so yeah.
Now that I didn't hear about. Was that really a thing? Oh.
He had that in his dressing room to shut the door. Yeah, I was like,
Yeah, it's totally based on him.
when I saw that, I was like, oh, okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, so far so good. So I got my 6 more episodes to get through. Since
Well,
there's
who
10.
do you think Jennifer Aniston would be?
Oh, Savannah.
Guthrie?
That was
Huh.
that was my initial take was Savannah Guthrie.
Yeah.
So more so than who's the previous host? Why am I forgetting her name right now?
Well, the hot team was Katie Couric.
There we go, Katie Couric.
Okay.
That's what I was. Yeah, more. I feel like she reminds more of Savannah than Katie. So.
Yeah, because I think they probably were. I mean, they had more of a history, and they were together longer than Savannah and Matt Lauer. And then it was the one before her that there was all that.
Oh, not Jane Curry. Good Lord.
No, Jane Pauley. I thought that's where you were going. No, she was Asian.
Right. Yeah.
Anyway, I loved her.
Yeah. Me too.
Um,
Ann Curry. There we go.
Ann
I knew Curry was
Curry.
the right last name. I was like, it's not Jane though.
No.
Yes, Ann Curry. Yes.
Gosh, I really liked her.
too. Yeah.
And then she was pretty quiet, I think, when all this went down. So I almost
She was.
feel
yeah.
like because he was so mean to her
Mhm.
based on what she said and how that whole thing went down was just sad to me because I really liked her.
Mhm. No, I did too. That was too bad. Hopefully she's
So,
still
I actually
doing well.
liked her better than Savannah, to be honest.
I do enjoy Savannah more with Hoda though. I think they have
Oh,
a
they're
good like
cute, too.
rapport.
I love
rapport to
Hoda,
it.
though.
Yeah, they have a good back and forth. I
Yeah.
do like them. I've also, I think I'm crazy, but I ended
Yes.
up going back and watching True Blood on HBO Max.
Oh my gosh.
I ended up watching the first 5 seasons. Honestly, at that point, I realized that was around when I started to get irritated, so I didn't bother going and watching season 6 and 7, and I won't. I won't rewatch those, but
Oh, good.
I got those first 5. It was cool to go back and see. Just
Not
forgot.
that there's so much more to.
I know. It's just like
see.
I know. I just got sucked in. I was like, oh, let me watch a few, and all of a sudden I was like into it again, and kept going.
Oh.
So yeah, anyway, I don't know what to say about that. So, but anyway, so yes, I just still have more newer stuff to watch. I'm gonna finish the morning show. I need to watch the awesome movie I mentioned last week called One Night in Miami, directed by Regina King. So that is on my to-do list.
Oh.
For the rest of this week to mention next week. So I'll let you know what I think of that.
Okay.
So what I was drinking this week, mainly with the True Blood, not so much the morning show, was Bud Rita's, a lime Bud Rita.
Oh, yeah.
They're so good. I couldn't find any strawberry, so lime it was.
Aren't they good?
They're very good.
I drink those going down the Snake River. It helps to calm your nerves. So, yes, but I had the giant cans. I'm assuming you had the small
No, I did have the small cans.
The giant cans really help.
Which is enough to buzz me just fine. Yeah, I can't imagine, but yeah, if I had the big one, yeah, I'd probably be, woo.
So,
No fear like you had.
yeah.
So about yourself.
Well, so I was pretty busy this weekend purging, but what I managed to get in was, have you heard of the Radium Girls on Netflix?
I had not.
This looked good to me, and I thought, I've been wanting to watch it, but I just wasn't sure, or got the time. There were other things I wanted to see. But what's interesting is that it took place in the 1920s, and it's these factory workers, these girls that would work in factories, and they were exposed to radium, but they worked with radium to paint dials on a clock. They got paid a penny a dial. And there was a comment in the show where one of the women who oversaw the girls said, our top performers do 200 dials a day. And so you're thinking, ugh, at a penny?
Wow, yeah.
That is a bit, again, back in the day, that was,
Not too bad amount of money.
No, I guess not. I mean, it sounds terrible, but what they gave up, in order to do that is just super sad. But it's a story that of these girls who the radium would seep into their skin and into their bones and just wreak havoc. Most of the girls maybe made it 2 years. But from the time that they found out they were having issues, it was probably months and a year if they were lucky. They had the company that they worked for, they had factories all over the country. In this one particular company, the girls, he would send out their doctor, their company doctor, and every one of them, every time he would look at a girl, he would say, "Oh, you have syphilis." And, one of the girls said, "Well, that's not possible. I'm a virgin." So anyway, then weird things began to happen. And so these 3 girls from one certain family, the oldest girl that worked there died. And then the other 2, they had to collect their paintbrush.
Uh-huh.
And then they would paint the dial. So they would dip the paintbrush in the little vial of the radium and then touch the tip of their tongue and then paint it on the dial. And those
Is that because they didn't have water to dip it in instead?
I don't really know why. It was just something they did. But the one girl who helped bring this to light, she used the tip of her finger, so she wasn't putting it in her body. She said she just didn't like the taste.
Oh, okay.
And so
ended up being her saving grace.
Yes, that's exactly what happened. So it's a great story. The show was a little whimsical in a way. It was kind of interesting, but apparently there's a podcast out about it.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, it's a great story though, and because of them, things started changing. They took it to court. They sued. The one factory did end up paying the girls quite a lot of money. At the time, it was $10,000 a girl. However, they still lost their lives. They still died,
right.
And that factory was shut down. But it didn't kind of trickle down to the rest of them. So
that's too bad.
But yeah, and then the other one I watched, which is another interesting show, was Edward Snowden, and we all remember him. Right. He's the one who defected to another country. I'm not sure where he is right now. but he worked for the CIA and some different facets of the government, and
Right.
saw that there were being some really bad things being done, and he's been made out to be the villain, when honestly it was our government who was listening in on us, listening in on our conversations, and it was pretty scary. And so he started releasing documents to let people know what was going on. So, and that guy is, the actor is Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and he's really good.
He is good. I do like him.
He is really good. And Shailene Woodley,
Oh.
yeah, she plays his girlfriend.
Oh, okay. I don't think I knew that.
Uh-huh,
Okay.
yeah. And then I forgot to say that, so this one, Edward Snowden, I really think, everyone should watch it, because based on what's going on then is what's going on today. And so Edward Snowden and the Radium Girls. What was the girl's name in that? Joey
Oh, Joey King. Yeah,
King. Yes, she was also in The Act.
she was.
She played the daughter in The Act. Another odd story, but wow, it's
Right?
pretty riveting.
These true life crime things.
Yes, true life crime is exactly it. And what did I drink? I had wine this weekend, some red, and it was I believe it was Klein, Klein Cabernet.
Oh.
I've been to the Klein Winery
Okay.
in California, and it is really good. And this was kind of a special one. I hadn't seen it before, so
Oh, that's
yes,
cool.
I rather enjoyed that bottle.
So you drunk the whole thing, you're trying to say.
Maybe.
So you had a couple glasses, feeling
Yeah,
good,
maybe 4.
laughing and joking.
We're not really sure at this point, but yeah, it was really good. I have discovered, let me tell you what I've discovered.
Okay.
I haven't been able to drink red wine in quite some time, because I always get these bad headaches. And I figured, and then I went to California, Sonoma, back in October, and in the wine tastings, I was tasting these really great red wines, but they were super expensive bottles, right? And so I found that drinking super expensive bottles of wine do not give me a headache.
Oh, of course that's the thing. Well, no wonder. So we all
So
need
no
to
more
up our-
$10 dollar bottle of wines for me.
No more wine in a box. Okay.
No, heavens no.
Okay, I hear you.
But yeah, it's kind of interesting. I have not had any problems with headaches since I've been buying the more expensive wines.
Oh,
And I do like them better. So,
of course,
and maybe I'm just late to the party on that one, but that's what I have found is interesting.
that is interesting. Okay, if I have to splurge on wine, I guess I can do it.
Yeah, $30, nothing less.
So let's go ahead and discuss some movies we're looking forward to this year in 2021. Because there are a bunch of things coming out, and hopefully a lot of these are supposed to be in theaters, and hopefully it sticks to that. But I do know there is an arrangement for some of these to also premiere on HBO Max, just like Wonder Woman did at the same time. So
What is our new...
we shall see.
What are we doing this year? It's our New Year's resolution.
Oh, we'll just see movies in theaters that
Oh,
we
okay.
can.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Right?
You can just, yep.
So
Just say no to HBO Max.
So first up, we have The Little Things with Denzel Washington that is coming out actually
I'm
next week.
so excited. I think that one looks really good.
So,
but
and
you
this-
know what a Denzel Washington fan I am.
That's true. And this one is one of those ones that's supposed to be in theaters and HBO Max, but our plan is to see it in theaters.
That's
So,
right.
we can let you know.
And what are we going to have? Popcorn!
Me, the kettle corn, her, the regular. 'Cause
Yes,
I'm
the theater.
I prefer the kettle.
Theater butter. It's always better.
Next is Coming to America 2 in March. Now, this is just on Amazon Prime, but I'm so looking forward to it.
Oh, that'll be good. Oh my gosh.
Right?
I'm excited to see it. I love that show when it
Love
first
me
came
some
out.
Eddie Murphy.
Mhm. Oh, yeah.
Also, The King's Man that comes out in March. I've been looking forward to this for I feel like it's almost been 2 years since this has been advertised, and it's finally going to come out. So this is a prequel to the Kingsman movies.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So there's been 2 of them so far. This is a prequel of how it actually started, and so this looks really good. It has Ray Fiennes in it. And I forgot that it's a newer actor playing the younger Colin Firth. But it just looks really good. So looking forward to that in March. Also, the next James Bond movie, No Time to Die, and also Daniel Craig's last
Oh.
James Bond movie. That's out in April, so looking forward to that.
Yes.
Black Widow with Scarlett Johansson. That is finally coming out in May. Again,
That looks good.
We've been seeing advertised for over a year now. And finally, finally, it's going to come out in theaters. Next, I think this is probably more so me than Rochelle, but Spiral. This is the Jigsaw reimagining, basically. It's kind of a sequel. It's a sequel to Saw. Yep.
Okay.
To Mr. Jigsaw, but a whole different, version of it.
I still want to give that a try because
you should. It's really good.
I'm not into the slasher and hacker movies, but
I mean, yes, they are gory, but the story honestly is what grabbed me.
We'll see, and that's interesting to me because just knowing you, I know you're not like huge, slasher flick moviegoer, but because of the story that you were saying, and I thought, oh my gosh, I never really thought of it having a good storyline.
Right, but it actually did.
Awesome.
It was awesome. So yes, get into it if you can.
All right. How many movies are there with Saw?
Oh heck, there's 7.
Oh my gosh.
I want to say, and with 8 if you include the last one, which was just called Jigsaw.
Okay.
So yeah. Also Cruella. This is a live action 101 Dalmatians starring Emma Stone that comes out in May. Now, I'm not even a 101 Dalmatians fan, but I just think it would be cool to see a live action version of that. And Emma Stone, from the pictures I've seen of her from the set, she looked really good as Cruella. So yeah, I think it'll be cool. Also, of course, Fast and the Furious number 9.
Gosh.
I have seen all of these. Some are better than others. But because I've already been on the train, I'm not getting off until they're done, I guess. So that's out in May. So I'll be there. Also, Ghostbusters Afterlife.
I think it looks funny. I mean, I don't know.
It looks a little strange.
It does.
It hasn't shown the previous characters yet, but I think that's what's the cool thing about it is that you still got Bill Murray, you still have Dan Aykroyd in there. So I think that's going to be awesome, just because it's still including them. Sigourney Weaver, yeah. So yes, I'm looking forward to seeing that. And that's out in June. You also have In the Heights. Is that musical? This is directed by Lin-Manuel Miranda, who did Hamilton.
That does look good.
This was actually his first play that he did prior to Hamilton, and so this is the movie version of it, which is why he's directing it and wrote it and everything. So it looks really good. I thought the trailer looked really good about it.
I agree.
So
I like it.
I'm looking forward to that in June.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Top Gun Maverick.
Oh, finally. Oh.
Right? Gosh. So that's out in July.
I'm super excited for that one.
Now, I was never a super fan of Top Gun, but I did enjoy it. Mm-hmm. There's people who can be like, oh my gosh, this is the best thing. I don't think all that, but it was a good show. I enjoyed it. Maybe it's my age. Maybe if I'd been a little older when it came out, I would have. But I love the soundtrack.
Oh, that's true. It has a great soundtrack. You're right.
I do love the soundtrack to that. Jungle Cruise. I'm looking forward to this because it's another one we've heard about for, I feel like, forever. And it's finally going to come out in July. I think this is supposed to be something.
CGI?
It's just supposed to be in theaters. Oh no, this is live action with Dwayne Johnson.
Live action.
It's Dwayne Johnson and Emily Blunt.
Oh, okay.
So
yes, it'll be good.
Yeah, I think it'll be good.
Because I love the Jungle Cruise at Disneyland, so I'm okay with that.
Let's see how they're gonna go with that, right? Exactly. Respect in August. This is with Jennifer Hudson.
Yes.
The Aretha Franklin biopic. I think it looks awesome. I think she's going to do a good job.
Yes, I think so too.
Do Aretha proud since she picked her to do it. Death on the Nile.
Oh, wow.
I remember being surprised. I saw this movie version of it. I think they filmed it back in maybe the late 70s, early 80s. And I really enjoyed it. I never read the book, the Agatha Christie book. But I remember really liking it. So I'm sure this take on it will be just great. Because I did like the Murder on the Orient Express remake as well. So...
Oh, yeah.
So that comes out in September. And this one stars Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman. So, and then Kenneth Branagh is back as Hercule Poirot. Hercule Poirot? I can't say his name right. I think it's Hercule Poirot. Anyhow, he's back as a detective.
Okay, that's a good one.
Right. And then you have Dune, the Dune remake in October.
My birthday, and I loved Dune. So I'm really excited for this in my birthday month.
Okay. See, I never saw Dune, but it looks good, so I'll check it out. But I never saw the original.
I think that the newer one is going to just blow doors on, the whole movie experience. Just because I thought Dune, the first one, was like incredible with all their special effects, and now with it being 2021, it was probably filmed in 2020, maybe
I think
19.
2019. Yeah.
Okay, 19. It'll be amazing.
They probably,
Well,
you're right.
that's what I'm
Plus,
thinking.
there's
That's
so
my
many
hope.
awesome stars in that too. So,
Absolutely.
Then we have Morbius. This one's a little bit of
Morbid?
I heard about it. I don't know. It's been a little bit on the DL. I mean, I barely heard about it, and then before it kind of got like pushed aside when everything happened. But this is Jared Leto. It's a Marvel villain that actually apparently appeared in the Spider-Man comics, but they had never shown him in the movies that we've seen so far. So he's getting his own movie, basically.
Of course he is. We can't leave any character out.
And so he has some blood disease, and he decides to cure himself by giving himself vampirism. He doesn't realize what it is, but the cure he makes for himself ends up turning him into a vampire. That he can turn into a vampire at will with this.
This is a real character?
A real comic book character. Yes.
Huh.
So it looks.
A vampire.
It looks good. He looks good in it. So hey.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I'll go with it. That's in October. Also, The Eternals. And this is one I've heard about again for over a year. It's also a Marvel movie. Different superheroes, lesser known superheroes. But you have, Angelina Jolie's in this.
Really?
There's like 8 different stars. And honestly, I can't remember them all right now. But yes, this looks really interesting. Not much is known about it. I do think this is one that's going to premiere on both HBO Max and the theaters. So I think Dune is doing that too, actually.
Mm-hmm.
You also have Mission Impossible #7. Again, like Fast and the Furious movies. I'm on the train. I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah.
They've all been good, honestly, so far.
It's been hit and miss for me, only because if it's on TV and it's on, I'll watch it. It's not like I have not enjoyed them when I've watched them. It's just not been one that I've gone out and gone out of my way to see. So
well, maybe I'll drag you with me.
Yes, no, I'm fine with that. I probably should get caught up. So I've got plenty of time to see 6 Mission
And I own them
Impossibles.
all, so if you need to borrow them from me.
Fine. Yes. Okay.
that will work.
Probably is a good idea.
So that's in November, so we got time.
Okay.
West Side Story. This is the remake directed by Steven Spielberg. I think it'll be right. He's never done a musical.
Oh, what?
So
Well, who's the creepy character then?
the creepy character.
Well, Steven Spielberg is really good at bringing in creepy characters.
No, West Side Story didn't have a creepy character to my
right.
remembrance.
Maybe
I know
a dinosaur.
Maybe it's been a while since I've seen it, but I'm pretty sure there's no creepy characters.
Nope, there wasn't. But maybe he'll do something different. Maybe he'll add one of his dinosaurs.
Oh, there you go. They just throw that in there.
I would be so
They're
excited
just
if
gonna
he
throw
did
that in there. That's hilarious. Also, we have the next Matrix. We thought that was dead and gone,
for the
people.
love.
But Matrix #4 is out in December.
Someone needs some money.
I'm curious. I mean, not much is known about it. I mean, there hasn't been a trailer for it. I mean, yet at all. So, again, that's one I've seen them all. So I'm curious just to see what it's gonna look like.
I mean that's a great
And how they bring
franchise.
everyone back, because I swear Neo died. Another spoiler alert, sorry. Died at the end of the last one, so I'm like, what's happening? Are we
didn't
going
know
to time
that.
travel? Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm just kidding.
I'm sorry to spoil that for you. Like, is time traveling happening? Anywho. And then lastly, Sherlock Holmes #3. Love these movies.
I love them too.
I have a movie poster in my home about the first one.
Yes.
I mean, they're just, I wouldn't say they're cute, but I think it's cute, the back and
Yeah.
forth with Jude Law and Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah. And I love Robert Downey Jr.
So
He is like the best comeback kid ever. His story,
right, yeah,
seems, he hit rock bottom and now look at him. Just
right, yes,
catapulted back up there.
it's awesome.
Yeah.
So those are the ones we're looking forward to. I mean, there are many more than this coming out. This is just the list of what we thought looked the most interesting to us. But if there's anything that's coming out that you guys out there, are looking forward to seeing, please let us know. Drop a line on our Instagram or DM us. So we'd love to hear what your thoughts are.
Yep. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks so much for listening. We had fun as usual and hope you enjoyed it as well. Please comment and subscribe, and we will see you next time. Thanks for hanging.
Thanks, guys.